There we go. All right. Know thyself. What's up, YouTube? It's the one and only Master Mycellf. We here live. We tapping in. It's another moment in time to level up again. Go ahead and tap in and get started. Welcome to the Master Table. Get started. Appreciate everybody's patience once again. All right, salute everybody. It's the one and only Master Mycellf. I'm here live, coming to you live from the one and only IMC Base 5. All right. I'd like to welcome everybody to another special episode of the Master Table. All right, this is first and foremost, don't understand the rules, right? While we tap in. First and foremost, don't understand everything that we do and say here is done under the benefit of entertainment. All right, so don't take what it is I say seriously or what any of the other brothers here say seriously. All right. Number 2 is for adults and adults only. All right, no kids, no children in the room. If there are kids or children in the room, I advise you to remove them from the room because what I say or what other people say here may be explicit. All right, so you've been warned. Number 3, do not break the laws of the land you're tuning in from, wherever it is that you are. Number 4, this is for adults once again. All right, so as an adult, that means as an adult, you're responsible for your own actions. All right, and number 5, I go by the name Master Mycellf, and I'm here and I'm ready to serve. And this is the Master Table. All right, it's a pleasure and honor to be with y'all again. Let's see if I can. There we go. All right, turn my camera up. Tonight we're gonna have a special guest in just a little bit. One of my brothers here from IMC Base 5 is gonna come tap in. Blood Luna, you know what I'm saying? That's the music that we was just listening to. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, man. Tonight. We're talking about knowledge of self, all right? And it's a topic that essentially, I see a lot of people are lacking. I have a saying, I have a phrase, if you will, that's called knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth, right? This is the foundation of, my approach to life, if you will, the foundation of the philosophy that I use, right, to thrive in life, if you will, right? The more that I understand about myself, this is the translation of what that means. The more that I understand about myself, the more that I know as to what value it is that I can provide for somebody else, right? So, for example, if I know that, I'm a, conscious, thought leader, if you will, then I have the ability to pass on some thoughts or ideals to somebody else that could, if somebody starts thinking in the manner in which I think, right, then they could improve, right, by utilizing their intelligence to start thinking of thoughts intentionally, right? Instead of just staying, in the same, bubble of experience or reality. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all is mind. It's all mental. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, and it's important that we understand how to, bridge the gap from where we are. You know what I'm saying, to where we want to be at. And the way we do that is these masterminds. You know what I'm saying? So. What we're doing is a meeting of minds, and essentially tonight, once again, we're talking about the importance of understanding yourself, right, and what it's like to be somebody that embodies, right, the knowledge of self, if you will, right. So what are some indicators, if you will, of somebody that knows themselves? Well, first and foremost, one of the ways that I get to know myself, that I've taken on as a duty in my life is to understand myself on an astrological, standpoint. The blueprint of my birth chart, the numbers, numerology and so on and so forth of my history of my existence here on this planet. I do research and I tap in and I find out, okay, what is it that makes me unique, right? We know ourselves, right, on a surface level, right? But when you start to deep dive on yourself and start to really understand the mechanics of, okay, this is why this happened, this is why this happened, you see the correlation, you're able to really understand your storyline, right? Because every one of us has a specific storyline. Everybody's living in a certain experience, and that certain experience you are meant to report on. You get what I'm saying? If you are not yet sharing your thoughts and ideas with the world, then I'm telling you right now, you're missing out on so much power and authority that's available to you because, ultimately, nobody else is you. Nobody else can do you better than you. Nobody else can express themselves better than you can. You are the one and only version of yourself. So if you come to know and understand that, you're going to operate with a different level of intelligence and authority, right? When you speak and when you move, so on and so forth, right? So just want to make an emphasis on that as we begin here. Brother, you ready? Yeah, let's do it. My brother, Luna, once again, is well, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. You understand all the way around, but a local producer, artist, musician, and most importantly, my brother in arms. He's been on several YouTube, streams of mine when I was doing YouTube on a daily basis. And you've been on the master's table quite a few times, as well. So welcome, first of all. Back my place of the water. And the tools right here. Thank you. Yeah. And so, before that, how we even, arrived to this moment where you are, here tapping in and so on and so forth, because you are normally, tapped in the sense of like you can be in the background or just hear a bass or whatever. So you hear me screaming on a regular basis, but I know tonight you in particular are doing a fast. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of my lifestyle, my disciplines in life and whatnot. And that's part of what I'm talking about when it comes to like knowledge of self and whatnot. So first of all, who are you? How you doing? What's going on? Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well, thanks for having me. Sir. Yeah, I make music. Part of Base 5. Been here since the jump, basically. Right. It was me, JD, and Josiah, and it expanded to where we are now. Now we're moving to Las Vegas.
That's right.
And yeah, I wanted to go on here with them because just today we were talking about. I was talking about mastering myself, and
yeah, that's right.
That's his name. So,
yeah. What does that mean to you to master yourself? Like, from your standpoint, what is your experience of self mastery? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, share with people.
Well, as of right now, there's so many levels to it, and I'm learning more and more levels, and I really want to like own myself. I don't like being swayed or moved in certain ways, and so mastering myself would be like.
So Tom, so what are you saying? So you're saying like without I guess it's not without awareness. I think you're saying you have awareness of yourself in the sense of you feel like there are certain times where you're swayed, where you don't have control over yourself. What are the areas that you don't necessarily have control of? Maybe somebody else can resonate with that.
Well, recently, it's been my health, but I know I'm a pretty healthy individual, but there's levels to it, and there's health. Health is just like I'm seeing how important health is, because without health, the body is gonna. If you're super healthy, you can then use that energy for other areas in your life. Whether you make music or I make music, so I know if I'm at my healthiest, like where my body doesn't have to really worry about that,
Mm-hmm.
then every other area of my life is gonna just increase. I just don't. I want to live long. I want longevity. I don't want to live a short life, and it's not easy, especially right now. The fast. I'm super hungry right now, but it's not the easy path that I'm on. That we're on basically. That you're on as well. So
yeah.
That's
it's a path of mastery, you know what I'm saying? So, in order to master, you know what I'm saying, oneself, or master your nutrition or your diet, or the art of fasting, if you will, it's gonna take some trouble. It's gonna take some adversity, some resistance, you know what I'm saying, to get into where you want to be at. But it's that resistance is how you handle that, how you respond with that. That makes all the difference when it comes to the effect that you're able to influence on somebody else when you're saying, yo, start fasting. Like you have seen me, you know what I'm saying, personally go through I think the longest one was like 85 hours, right? And back in that one base and that the discipline, the focus, the concentration, the challenges that come up in that process, like feeling sick, feeling like you know what I'm saying, losing all this weight and shit, there's just a whole lot of mental challenges and resistances that you're going to face in that standpoint. So I mean, how do you face those, those challenges and whatnot? Like you feeling hungry right now. What is your mentality, if you will, to get through that?
Yeah, I'm figuring it out as I go. But as of right now, I'm realizing how much the mental energy is taken up by food. Like it's wild. I'm like, damn. For like the past hour, I've just been thinking about food. I'm like, why can't I stop thinking about food? And but it's bringing more awareness to myself, to my body, and like I could then redirect, that energy. As you just heard myself.
I didn't hear that, but it's no, but it's dope. That's a great point. Is you have to redirect that energy. You know what I'm saying? So right now, this is what you're doing, right? Instead of being hungry and being over there and just feeling like, damn, like you know what I'm saying? I just can't wait to eat type shit, and it's constantly on your mind. If you learn to take on another activity, you know what I'm saying, to replace that, what happens is you allow that energy to kind of transmute, be redirected and focused in that direction.
I also learned about how like this world doesn't really isn't really designed for you to be at your optimal, at your optimal level. Everything is really out to get you, but it's not really out to, but it is, like the foods, like.
Well, you talking about the bacon?
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
and it's like obviously the people tapping in and the people who are aware of this, they're not normal people.
Right.
I'm not a normal person.
That's why I say, what I'm saying, this is the master's table. You know what I'm saying? So like you're only gonna be around other masters. Like I think everybody, not only I know everybody that's on here, you know what I'm saying, is a master of some sort. What I always say the foundation is like, each one of us is a master at minimum of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because you are the only version of you, first of all, you know what I'm saying? But you are the only one that knows you from the beginning of your creation, you know what I'm saying, of your experience in this life. So you are a master in that sense. But yeah, I just want to add to what you were saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so with that in mind, like I'm realizing, I was having certain health problems, like even though I'm as healthy as I am, like there's only so much to do. So I'm discovering right now I'm discovering a new path to fasting. And I've seen you do it many times, and I'm gonna try it out myself. And I've looked into it, and I've always known that there's a lot of benefits. There's this, but I just never took it upon myself to do it. And so I'm gonna test it out. And so far, I'm noticing a lot of digestion and movement down there that is normal. And but it's definitely a strange thing. Yeah.
Driver.
Anyways, so yeah, so that's dope. I mean, you know, so awareness. I can tell you for sure, you're gonna have more awareness of your body. You're gonna have more awareness of you know how you process, how your mind's process, like you said, how much attention and energy you're directing to eating. Right? Think about it. I mean, everybody that's on here. When's the next time you're gonna eat? You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Be conscious of that, and be aware of that, and then think about how you're gonna prepare that. Right? You don't really have to think about it. It's already something that's kind of like mentally ingrained in your schedule. You get what I'm saying? Mentally ingrained in your way of being. You know what I'm saying? Because most people have never gone without eating. There's a brother on there right now, this brother Zophies, who's I remember him telling me he fasted for 40 days straight at one point. Yeah, you talk about being tapped in. I have not done that. But to go through that process, you know what I'm saying? I know just going through 3 days or 3.5 days, you know what I'm saying, 85 hours or whatever, you your consciousness just begins to shift into a different motion. But that once again, that's what I'm saying. This is a room full of masters, and this is why it's called the master's table, because we are masters of you know what is specific to us. Like you're master of how you breathe. Like you're supposed to be a master, right? It's probably a better, you know, say way to phrase it, because a lot of people have been taught, you know what I'm saying, to be slaves in the sense of slaves to the system, slave to the nation, slave to, you know, somebody else's ideals, you know, and being a slave is just being a follower instead of leading your own life, right? Having consciousness of who you are, what you're here to do, and you know what purpose you're here to instill in embody, right? To be an inspiration for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So that in itself is an art, you know what I'm saying, to be able to witness and understand, you know, the mechanics of your own body, right? Paying attention to how your body's digested, pay attention to, you know, when you wake up in the morning, I'll tell you, as you continue to fast, you will go through this process of, you know what I'm saying, of course, being hungry to some extent, but then you'll forget at some point, especially if we have a process. That's important to the process. We have a daily process. So you'll get into the process and you kind of forget, and you'll feel that it's like kind of normal and whatnot, but then you'll feel like how your blood pressure, you know what I'm saying, is like you'll be conscious of it, you know what I'm saying? So like I remember one of the first times I started fasting, in the sense I really, you know, was aware of like, damn, like my blood pressure is really calm, you know what I'm saying? Whereas my body's not processing too much. It's not trying to, you know what I'm saying, make up for, you know, all this eating that I've done. If you think about, anybody thinks about, you know, the day after Thanksgiving, you think about the you know, comatose, you know what I'm saying, that people experience, you know, the rush of so much blood sugar and you know what I'm saying, your body pumping so much insulin to try to break down everything that you ate, because it's like system overload. Like, yo, there's too much going on. But some people eat like that every day, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you numb yourself to the feelings, the sensitivity, the just awareness of yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, you know, I'm also doing this because I feel like I'm finally discovering you know, doing this as like mastering myself is a word, but this process of doing that is really it's bringing me closer to, you know, if you believe in God or the universe. But I feel like I'm building that relationship a lot more closer, because I'm discovering a more like love for myself, you know, like I feel like before, like I didn't really care about it, you know, like you know, you go through pain, you go through shit, and you're just like, man, fuck it, you know, I'm gonna just smoke this out or something. And I'm even realizing, I'm like, man, like I used to smoke to escape something, you know. And now it's like I'm gonna smoke to use it, or I'm gonna eat this to use it. Like it's more purposeful, and that self-love that I'm discovering is starting to spread to other areas. Like I could see, like we gotta care about ourselves, you know, like
100%.
like and yeah, I'm just discovering like another level of self-care, self-love. You know?
Yeah,
I know it sounds kind of soft, but it's just the truth.
no. It's the foundation of anything. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to build a character, you really want to be of influence. You know what I'm saying? To somebody else, you have to understand like how to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And taking care of yourself is love to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, loving yourself is, you know, I think what we're here to do first and foremost, before we love anybody else, we got to first learn how to love ourselves. Like, how do you truly find that appreciation or admiration for yourself? Like, what is it that you do
to acquire that. That's what changes, you know what I'm saying, your personal image, you know what I'm saying? And everything that we have in life is related to the way that we see ourselves, you know what I'm saying? So the moment that you can see yourself, you know what I'm saying, caring for yourself at the highest level, operating with a body and a mind that's operating at the highest, optimum level, then you start to create that, you start to move in that direction. So it's like literally what you're doing. And what it actually does is like, the study process of fasting, you're shedding the old cells, the old ways of being, your systems, and so on and so forth that was instilled in you. So if you have parasites, if you have some kind of disease, if you have anything that's just negative in your body that needs to be rid of, this is the natural process that, was being used before there was quote unquote medicine and so on and so forth. Like, how do you heal yourself? Well, you just stop eating. And what happens when you get sick? You know what I'm saying? When you need to go through that healing, what's the way the body does that? Well, you start to, fast naturally. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, yo, I just can't eat here. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Your body will put you in a condition where it's like, yo, I start eating. And then I gotta throw up because it's like I'm just not supposed to be eating. You know what I'm saying? So then you gotta either eat some soup or some hot tea or whatever, and that's more nurturing and so on and so forth. So like, but those sometimes it takes those lessons for people to actually make that change in themselves, which is for me it's very sad because it's like you don't have to put your body in a detrimental position. You know what I'm saying? So then you now start to learn from this, like no, just take responsibility for it early on. And you'll start to see the power that you can kind of develop over time. So that's dope. I mean, is there any other?
Yeah, well, because of like speaking on the loving yourself and stuff. Like I'm realizing, how, like the moment you're in that position, like you can then serve the world properly, like you said.
Yeah.
And like it's wild, man. I feel like I'm barely finding this out, and like it's strange because I feel I was aware of it, but I wasn't truly living it. And now, every day, like it's almost my duty, and like if you're here, you're not meant to just be someone, in the crowd. You're meant to like I want to help people, and before I help people, I gotta take care of myself, and it's like it's not selfish. It's more like it's like you really gotta care for yourself, and
It is selfish.
Yeah.
The whole idea, I've talked about this. I remember the very first time I started streaming. I grew up with the idea. I kind of was just programmed to see like the idea of being selfish, you know what I'm saying, as a negative thing. But then I came to this point of understanding, like, when I'm truly selfish, what am I doing? Well, I'm showing myself attention. I'm, loving myself in that sense. I'm harnessing this relationship with myself that like, when I have that with myself, then I can really give to somebody else. Then I can really be there for somebody else, and be whole there, not just be halfway put together. You know what I'm saying? Telling somebody to do some shit, but I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like that there's a incongruency there. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't allow that to kind of like ethically connect. You know what I'm saying? All the way. So it's like, yeah, you can tell somebody to do something, but like how far have you gone? You know what I'm saying? To really start to live that way. So like when I talk about fasting now, it's to the point where it's like it's so integrated into to what I do that it's just become second nature. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with music for you or riding a bike. You know what I'm saying? You ride a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? And I'll let you. I don't know the specifics, but nice ass bike. You know what I'm saying? And so you come to a point of mastery where you don't even think about it, and you start living from that standpoint. You have that perspective, and then you can, when you do look at life, you try to explain it. You know what I'm saying? You see how many levels there are to understanding what it is that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is for me. But like you were saying earlier, like mastering yourself. How many levels are there to that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we learned from the master mentor of AZD of a process of understanding like how to tell your story and how to see your story in a certain manner, in the right perspective, to really see the value of your story and see value of yourself. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so that's an art form. It's a skill. You know what I'm saying? To be able to be in front of people and talk have a level of comfortability, you know what I'm saying, to be, you know what I'm saying, in a position where, you know, other people are looking for, you know, your counsel, you know what I'm saying, to be in a position where you're leading somebody. You know, you have, of course have women, I have women that, you know, we're leading, you know what I'm saying, on a consistent basis. So in order to do that, you got to put yourself in the best state or condition, you know what I'm saying? But that's, once again, that's why I go back to the philosophy, my personal philosophy of knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. Because the more that you know that you're going to be a leader in the manner that you know that you're a leader. You know what I'm saying? You might not be in the manner, a leader in the manner that, you know what I'm saying, somebody else may understand what a leader is. You know, it might not look like that, but it's going to be a reflection of, you know, what you're about, you know what I'm saying, and what you do, you know what I'm saying, in your life. So that's where, you know, we come into understanding of ourselves. And then when you understand like this aspect of your, like, once again, I know that you're a Gemini, right? So you're going to be skilled in the way that you communicate. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, like that's a basic philosophy. You have a different level of skill when it comes to communicating. Whereas, you know what I'm saying, you know, somebody else has Sagittarius is directly opposite, may not be as skilled with communicating that, but it may be a natural born teacher, if you will, or like a, you know what I'm saying, they're tapped in on almost on a different scale. You know, so it's like again, that's knowledge itself. It's like now, and I know both of those. I have to talk about those because both of those are aspects of myself. You know what I'm saying? It's like my rising sign, which is like my outer, you know what I'm saying, shell is a Sagittarius, and my Gemini moon. You know what I'm saying? It's what, you know, allows me to attract, you know what I'm saying, certain type of conversations, communication, and so on and so forth. So like, once again, as knowledge of self. So when I know that about myself, I can now extract that or use that. You know what I'm saying? I do these streams at night for the reason that I know that I have a Gemini moon. I'm going to communicate better at night. You know what I'm saying? So understanding that, understanding, you know what I'm saying, that allows me to you know, create in a certain manner, you know. So yeah, so thanks. I don't know. I realized too. So even, you know, doing these streams, like I realized that there's levels and layers to explaining, you know what I'm saying, articulating your ideals, because, you know, not everybody understands what it takes to you know, put out music, what it takes to, you know, be on stage, what it takes to be on a worldwide podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like these are different layers of experience. You know what I'm saying, that nobody can take on except for you to, you know, be in that position. So when you know what it's like to be a manager, when you know what it's like to, you know what I'm saying, be a leader, when you know what it's like to, you know, be an example for your family, for example, you know, these are different roles that you can take on, and you can say like, yo, I've had that experience. So somebody else talks about it, you can be like, you know what, I know exactly what he, you know, I know what he means. Like you're a leader in your family, I'm a leader in my family. Like we are living in a certain way that naturally we lead. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what this whole process is about. You know what I'm saying? I have the master's process that is an extension of the AZD process. It's like process, but essentially it's to connect you. It's for you to have your own process. You know, that's why I wrote a book, so that, you know, people can know and understand the mechanics of how to create their own process and live off of that, and essentially, you know, monetize it. You know what I'm saying? Teach from that. You know, so that's the process. Which one? Process. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Cool. That's dope. Smooth. I mean, is there anything else that you want to tell people about mastering thyself, or you know? Yeah.
Just keep tapping in, you know, because he's, you know, man, he's tapped in. Like I live with him, you know, so I see him every day, and he's very, like, he's on his shit, you know. He's not never really slacking or anything like that. And, his characters, you know, you can just tell by his communication. It's great, you know. Not many people have that cleanliness,
Mm-hmm.
to communicate like that.
Yeah, the clean vessel. That's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? To be able to clean yourself on a regular basis to where you can communicate with some clarity. You know? Because, you know, if you're lying and you're living a life of lies, it's going to be so hard to communicate and say what you want to say, because you're trying to cover your tracks here and there. And, you know what I'm saying? But if you're honest about, you know, how you are, you know what I'm saying, in every level, you know what I'm saying? There's levels to it. There's, once again, relationships with your family, with your, you know what I'm saying, friends, with your coworkers, with, you know, whatever it is that you're connected to. You know, we all have our own networks, if you will. it's how we, handle those. Like how you do one thing is how you do everything. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many levels to that. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. So let's do it.
According to the process, I think everybody should have a process.
Yeah.
Obviously, it comes down from AZD.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks to AZD, but if you're not tapped in with AZD, I mean, it's like, damn, this is coming.
Yeah, good luck. For real. For real.
Yeah, but if you're here, most likely you know who AZD is, and most likely you tapped in with AZD. And that's I give credit to AZD to get the clarity that I'm at and to be the level that I'm at today. For sure. Do my thing to AZD.
Yeah, Jacob does. So we say that. All right. So we're gonna end with a meditative moment. You know what I'm saying? But before we do that, I just wanna kind of give a outro for Blood Luna. Once again, he's an artist, and this is a dope ass song. You know what I'm saying? So let's tap in. Just a promo on the Master Mycellf. We used to do this back in the day, for real.
And then, you could find my music on SoundCloud. That's where it's at right now. It's on Apple Music as well. But it's only a few songs.
What's that? Some live music on SoundCloud. Some good shit though. My favorite music to listen to be honest with you. I know what you mean right now. Trouble won't exist when I rise down. Don't you girl, you can make it when I guess right. It was something really wanna waste some my time like that. I was like this and I miss so much for the time that it took to get here. All the time that I've been putting in right now. Take a step right now. I've been on my shoes right now. I can get it on my thought right now. Girl, watch your pocket. Ain't no time for you right now. If you wanna hurry, you can go and leave. Best believe right now. Going, any other getting on this feeling you can't stop right now. Yeah, that shit is pure fire, man. So yeah, this is the man that made that song. Featuring Chuck the Star, who used to work with Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter, the one that sang One King, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But yeah, man, this is the Master's Table once again. So we're gonna end with a meditative moment the next 5 minutes here. Appreciate everybody's time, energy, and attention. I don't take it lightly at all. I know what it takes to, continuously tap in and add value and so on and so forth, just by, letting your presence be felt. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. 5-minute meditation. So wherever it is that you are, begin to close your eyes. Just get in tune with your inner space. This is where we take a moment in time and take 5 minutes out of our day and essentially just tap into the world within. This is a space that's sacred. Nobody else can access. It's just you and you. That inner space is what I call, your inner temple, the master's temple, if you will. It's a sacred space, that you can continuously tap into at any point in time. So this is what we do at this point in time. So as you are aware of your inner space and you are closing yourself from the external space, right? Take a deep breath in and let it out. Relaxing the body on the outside and being aware of your space inside. More in tune, take another deep breath in. Feel the lungs, let it out.
body relaxing even more present, more aware. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Hold your breath at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 2 more. Breathe in through the nose. Fill the lungs. Let it out. Notice how relaxed you are. Take one more deep breath in. Tap in. And let it out. Easy. From this point on, let your breathing normalize. Let it return to its natural state. As you're aware of your inside space, just be in a state of appreciation. Nobody else has access to your space, and whatever happens inside of yourself is it's unique to you. Tap in for the next 3 minutes. Enjoy your peace. So we come to the final seconds of this exercise. Just take time to appreciate yourself. Tap into the world within. Just being one with yourself. It's not easy, but it's very important. We do that every single day, right? So as you come back to awareness of your external world, just begin to feel your fingers, your toes, your body, your external world, and slowly begin to open your eyes. Reintegrate yourself with this reality. All right. As always, man, it's a pleasure and honor to be here and tap in with y'all. I go by the name Master Mycellf. This here is the Master's Table. It's an honor and a pleasure to tap in. And as always, man, what we say in IC Nation is be the best and fuck the rest. What I say is knowledge of self, it's knowledge of wealth. It's the one and only